Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make this amazing 3D flip card using only HTML and CSS. As you can see here on my computer screen, I have this one card and you can see there's this amazing image. Also, when we try to hover this card, you can see it will show us the back of this card. Also, at the back of this card, you can see we have one button and you can see with this animated button. Also, we have these amazing social icons, and you can see on these social icons there's some beautiful hover effect. Also, when we move the cursor, you can see it will change to the front, and when we hover, you can see it will show us the back of this card. So we'll create this amazing 3D flip card using only HTML and CSS. So kindly, before starting this video, do subscribe to our YouTube channel and also share with your fellow developers. So without wasting time, let's start the video. Hello guys, welcome back again. So here I'm on my Visual Studio Code. This is my text editor. Here you can see I have this one folder called 3D card flip. Also you can see on this folder I have two files and one image, one for index.html and one for style.css. Also I have this one image that I'll be using to create this amazing 3D card flip. And you can see this is the image. So I'll provide this image in my video link description, so make sure to download before starting this tutorial. So let's start with our index.html. Here you can see I have created the basic HTML structure. Also I have this one title 3D flip card. Also I have this one link tag, that is my CSS link that I've connected to my HTML. Also let's come to the body. Here we'll create one div with a class name card flip, or we can say card middle. Okay, so we're creating here two classes. Okay, after creating this div, we are going to create one more div with a class name front. Inside this div, we are going to have our image source, and my image is pick this image. So I'll include my image here, pick .jpg. Okay, also before we go on, we need to add some libraries. So come to your browser. So let's go to this certain website. So we are going to add some plugins. So first of all, I want to add a CSS library. It's called Font Awesome. So click this one. So the website is cdnjs.com. Okay, cdnjs.com. So we are going to choose a version. My version is 4.70. Okay, this one. Also I'm going to copy .min.css, this one, the third link. Okay, copy URL, simply come back to your text editor. After this title, I will add my link, and at the href tag I'm going to include my link. Okay, next we need to add a script source, that is JS source. So for this script, I'm going to need, again, go back to this website and type jQuery. Sorry, should be jQuery. Also here we need to choose a version. So I'll choose 3.31. Also here we are going to add the first link, copy URL, come back to your text editor, simply paste it there. So now we are all good. Next, let's go on. Next we'll create, so before doing, let's save this file. Before we go on, just save this file, and we need to open this on our browser. Okay, simply go to your folder and you can simply double click this index. Now you can see we have this image that's taking the whole screen. So come back to your text editor After this closing div tag, we're going to create one div with a class name back. Inside this div, I'm going to create one more div with a class name back again dot, because we need to create another class. Or simply we can use underscore, and here I'm going to say content. Also, we're going to add another class middle. Inside this div, I will add a button. Inside this button, we need to add a class custom btn. Also, we are going to add another class called btn1. After this, we need to add a span tag. For my span tag, I will add a text that says follow us. Also, again, after this closing span tag, I'm going to create another span tag again, and here I'm going to add my text that says read more. Because here on this, what we're doing here is we're going to create animated button, okay, on our card. Next, after this, we need to create one div with a class name small. Inside this div, I'm going to add a href tag, that is anchor tag, and also I'm going to add the I tag, and I'm going to give it a class. And here is where we add in our social media icons. Simply, we need more social media icons. So to do that, simply copy this and simply duplicate it. So we are going to change our second one. So the first one is Facebook. Next, I'll say Twitter. Also, I'll change this one to maybe Instagram. Also, this one I'm going to change it to maybe YouTube. And the last one I'm going to change it, maybe let's say we can use LinkedIn. So after doing this, simply save your file, come back to your web browser, refresh your web page. So as we scroll all the way down, you can see we have this button and we have our social media icons. So this doesn't look well, so we need to add some styling. So simply let's go back to our text editor. Under style.css, here I'm going to firstly add the basic CSS structure like margin 0 and padding 0. After this, I'm going to style my body. For my body, I'll give a height of 100 view height. Also, we'll add display to be. So for my display, I'll give it inline block. And also we need to add justify content to be center. Align items, center. Also we need to add font family. I'll choose Arial. Lastly, we need to add background color, and I'll choose background and I'll add my hex code. Now simply save your file, come back to your web browser, refresh it. Now you can see as we scroll all the way down, you can see we have this amazing background color. Come back to your text editor. Next, we need to start with our class middle. For this class, I'll add position to be absolute. Also, we'll add top and left 50%. Then I'm going to use transform and I'll say translate. It will be negative 50% by negative 50%. After this, we need to style our card. So I'll say card, and for this one, I'll add cursor pointer. Also, we'll add width of 340 pixel and the height of 480 pixel. Next, I'm going to style my class front and back. For these two classes, I'll add width of 100% and the height of 100%. Also, we'll add overflow to be hidden. Next, I will add backface visibility. Or for my backface visibility, I will say hidden for now. Also, we'll add position to be absolute. And lastly, I will add transition to be transform transform, and I will add 0.6 second linear. After this, I need to style my image. For my image, I'll say dot front img, because our image is under this class called front. Okay, so for this one, I'll say max width of 100%. Also, we'll add height to be auto. Next, we'll add, I'm going to say front. Now here I'm going to say transform, and I'm going to use perspective 600 pixel. Next, I'll say rotate Y, and I'm going to add an angle of it should be 0 degrees. Next, simply copy this, Control C, okay? And here we're going to change our class back. For our perspective, it will be the same, but our rotate Y will change to 180 degrees. Also, next, I'm going to say card. We need to add hover effect, so I'll say card hover. I'm going to choose this greater sign, and I'll say dot front. So here, simply copy this, Control C, and for our perspective, it will be the same, and instead here, I'm going to say negative 180. Next, I'm going to do again card hover, and this time it will be our class back. Again, simply paste it, and for this one, we need to set it 0 degrees, but the perspective will remain 600 pixel. Next, I'm going to edit our class content, where we have our, I'm going to say back underscore content, and for here I'm going to add, just remove this, open curly braces. So here I'm going to add color. For my color, I will set it my hex code 2C 3E 50. Also, we need to add text align to be center. Also, we'll add width of 100%. Next is my class small. For this class, I need to set margin of 20 pixel by 0. Again, our class small. This time it will be anchor tag. Here I'm going to add display. So let's just check if we have that one. This one, you see this one, anchor tag. For this class, for now we are trying to style our social media icons. So I'll say display to be inline flex. Also, next we need to add a width of 40 pixel. Also, we'll add our height to be 40 pixel. Next, we'll add justify content, center, align items, center. And I'll set my I'll add color. And for our color, I'll choose hex code. So it should be 00 ACEE. Next, we need to add font size of 18 pixel. Also, we'll add transition. And for my transition, I will set it 0.5 second. Border radius 50%. Also, lastly, I'm going to add text decoration to be none. After this, we need to add some hover effect. So I'll say small hover. And here I'm going to add background color. Or you can just say background. And here I'm going to choose a hex code. Also, I'm going to say color again. This will be after we hover. So I'm going to choose white. After this, we need to style our button. So I'll put some CSS style. CSS comment. And I'll say button style. Close your comment. That is CSS comment. Okay. So here I'm going to start with our first one here. So What I'm going to do is we need to say h1, and here for my h1 I will say, maybe we can say something like, so since we don't have h1, so I'll just start with custom btn. Okay, so simply remove this. So we can start saying by our button, and I can say button. For this button, I will add margin to be 10 pixel. Also, I'm going to start with my class custom again, custom btn, and for this class we'll add width of 130 pixel. Also, we'll add height of 40 pixel, color, padding. Next, I'm going to add border radius of 5 pixel. Also, we'll add font family. For my font family, I will set it Lato. Also, I will say sans serif. Next, we'll add font weight of 500, which is okay. Next, we'll add background transparent. Also, we need to add cursor to be pointer, position to be relative. Also, display to be inline block. Also, I'll add box shadow, and for my box shadow, I'll use insert 2 pixel, 2 pixel, 2 pixel, 0 pixel, and then I'll add my RGBA values. Here I'm going to need to add some values, so I'll set it my values 255, 255, and here I'm choose 0.5. So after this, we need to put comma, and again here I'm going to choose 7 pixel, 7 pixel, 7 pixel, or you can say 20 pixel, 0 pixel. Also, you need to add still your RGBA. So simply we are going to change these values. So I'll just move all of this 0, 0, 0, and then this one, it will be, instead of 0.5, it will be 0.1. Simply we're going to copy this, Control C, sorry, again create another one. So for this time I will set my value to be 4 pixel, 4 pixel, and this one will be 5 pixel, and lastly will be 0, and the value of our color remains the same. Okay, after this we need to set outline to be none. Next, I'm going to start with our btn 1. Here I'm going to add position relative. Also, we'll add right, I'll say right 20 pixel, and left, or you can choose bottom 20 pixel. Also, we'll add border to be none. Next, I will add box shadow to be none. So after this, we need to add width and height. And for my width, I will set it 130 pixel. Also, for my height, it will be 40 pixel. Next, I'm going to add line height of 42 pixel. 42 pixel. After this, we need to add a WebKit transformation, or we can start with perspective. Okay, so I'll say WebKit perspective, and here I'll say 230 pixel. Lastly, I'm going to say perspective again, and I'm going to choose 230 pixel. Simply save this file and go back to your web browser, refresh it. It's going to take some time. Let's just refresh again. So you can see it shows our image. So let's try to cursor and let's see if it will flip. Okay, and you can see the card flips. Simply we're missing something, so we're going to still add some styling. So come back here again to your text editor. After here, I'm going to say btn 1, then I'm going to say span. Here I'm going to add background. Also we need to add background again, and this time we'll choose linear gradient, and we'll add our RGBA, and here I need to add some values. So I'll start with 0, 172, 238, and lastly I'm going to say 1. Also again, after this we need to say 0%. Simply put a comma here, and again choose your RGBA. Again we need to say, instead of 2, I'll start with 2, comma 126 maybe, and also you can choose 251, and here I'm going to say 1. Also we need to put 100%. Next I will say display to be block. Also we'll add position to be absolute. Next I'm going to add width of 130 pixel. Also we'll add height to be 40 pixel. Box shadow. So for my box shadow, I will simply go back here, copy the whole of this, Ctrl C, come back here, and simply paste it here. So my values are going to remain the same, so we will not change anything except nothing. I'm not going to change anything here. So let's continue. Here we're going to add border radius of 5 pixel. Also we need to add margin 0. Text align to be center. And here I'm going to choose WebKit. Again, I'm going to say WebKit box sizing. And for this one, I'll say border box. Again, let's choose Moz box sizing. It will be border box. Lastly, again I'll say box sizing to be, not box sizing. Yeah, let's do box sizing. Okay, it will be border box. Next, I'm going to add a WebKit, and this time it will be transition. And here I'm going to say all to be 0.3 seconds. Next, I'm going to say transition again, all 0.3 seconds. Again, we need to say btn1, and here we are going to add some nth child. So I'll say span nth child. This will be the first one. So open your curly braces. Here we are going to add box shadow again. So simply paste that box shadow there. Here, let me just do this quick. So simply what we're going to do here is, we're not going to use any insert, so just remove this one. So simply do that. So also we don't need to add this RGBA, so I'm going to remove it. Instead of using this RGBA, I'm going to let me just remove the whole of these values, okay? And here let me just put my semicolon, and here I'm going to start saying by -7 pixel, -7 pixel, 20 pixel, and 0 pixel. And here I'm going to add my hex code color F9. Okay, simply what we're going to do is copy this, and we need to create more, so I'll paste it. So make sure to put your comma after every. Okay, so here I'm going to change my values. So for the second one, it will be -4, not 5, sorry, and this one will be -4, and this one it will be 5 pixel. The color remains the same. So this one the color changes. So here I'm going to add a black color, so I'll say 002. Also for our values won't change, except you can remove this negative. Next is this one. So here I'm going to say 4 pixel, 4 pixel, 5 pixel, and 0. Our color will change. So I'm going to say I'm going to add a hex code color. So after this, we need to add WebKit transform, and I'll say rotate X. And this one it will be 90 degrees. Next, again you're going to choose Moz, and I'm going to say transform. Again here I'm going to choose rotate X, not Y. Okay, I mean rotate X. Okay. Also we'll add the same value, and here I'm going to add transform, translate X, or you can choose rotate X. Okay. For this value it will be 90. Next I'm going to say Moz, and here I'm going to say transform origin, and here I'm going to add my 50%, 50%, 50%, or here you can say negative 20 pixel. Simply, so sorry, we need to add a WebKit. So after this transform, I'm going to say WebKit transform. Simply, I'm going to copy this value. So the value should be the same. Okay. After here, I'm going to say transform origin, and the value remains the same. So after this, I need to say btn1 span nth child. We're going to add our second nth child. So open your curly braces. Simply to save time, I'm going to simply do some copy paste. Okay, simply copy this, and here I'm going to change my value. It will be, this one will be 0, this one 0, also this one it will be 0, but our values for transform origin won't change. Okay. Next we need to add some hover effects. So I'll say btn1 hover, and I'll add my span nth child 1. Here I'm going to add box shadow. So simply what I'm going to do is go back all the way here. Sorry, copy this. So here you can see our values won't change. Okay. After this, here we're going to say WebKit transform, and here I'm going to add, going to say rotate X to be 0. So simply to save time, I'm going to copy this again. Okay, so that's okay so far. So after this, I'm going to do a second nth child. Simply copy this and change your nth child to be second nth child. Okay, here the values will remain the same again, but after this I'm going to add color, and I'm going to say transparent, and here my values will be negative 90. This one also will be negative 90, and this one negative 90. Simply save your file, come back to your web browser, refresh it. Now let's try to flip our card. Let me just refresh again. You can see this is okay. So simply there's something wrong with our backside. Okay, so go back to your web text editor, go all the way where let me just go back to our index first. So remember we created the class called back, okay? So guys, we need to edit our, let's simply just go back again and try to refresh the web page. You can see the front side is okay. We have our image is perfect. But when we try to cursor to flip the card, you can see we don't have any border radius, okay? And you can see everything is okay. So simply the problem is, you can see this class called back. So the back side, this is the back side. So for this class I need to add color. So we need to add color, or not color, actually you can say background color, okay? Background, and I will set hex code color. So you can see I've set it white. You can say FF if you want to, or you can say white if you want. Simply save this file, come back to your web browser, refresh it. After refreshing it, let's try to flip the card, okay? Now you can see our background is white. So also you can see everything is okay. Our social media icon is working, and this is our button. So guys, we have completed creating our 3D flip card using only HTML and CSS. So you can see here, when we try to flip the card, this is the front side. You can see this is the image we have. But when we try to cursor, it flips to the other side, which is the back side of the card. Also, you can see we have this background color. We have our amazing button, and you can see this animated button. You can see we have followers, read more. Also, we have these amazing social media icons, and on these social media icons, you can see there's some beautiful hover effect. So guys, we have completed creating this tutorial. We have completed this tutorial. So kindly, if you think this video was very helpful, kindly do subscribe to our YouTube channel and also share with your fellow developers. Also, for this tutorial, I'm going to provide all the source code. So make sure to check that in the video link description. So till next time, bye.